Presenting Texas Radio Hall of Fame 2014 nominee Mike Shannon. Mike has been an avid fan of radio ever since he was a teenager. He would tune into the mighty 1190 KLIF and listen to Mike Silver, and also the legendary radio station KVIL and Ron Chapman. The station got Mike interested in radio as a career. He would collect bumper stickers, t-shirts, and yes, even radio station call signs from the old studio building. He would go to many radio station remotes and meet with those on-air heroes. He later attended college at the University of North Texas. It was there that he first opened a microphone at radio station KNTU. He was an announcer and a newscaster at the station. He then attended Texas A&M University and worked at the local television station as a camera person. After his visit to Aggie Land, he decided to head back to Denton and work for radio station KDNT as a board operator for the Z-Rock format. In the 1990s, a new thing called the Internet was developed, and Mike developed a website that is still going strong today, and it's called the DFW Retroplex. www.dfwretroplex. This website has been going on for a continuing basis for 15 years. It is a chronological history of Dallas-Fort Worth and surrounding communities, broadcast facilities dating back to the very beginning of commercial radio in the early 1920s. Every single call letter, every single frequency, every single announcer, every single sportscaster, every single news reporter, every single general manager, and every single owner of any and all radio and television stations, including changes in format, can be found on this website. You will also find radio station logos from long ago and current ones, and plus those many format changes that continuously goes on every 5 years. You will see many broadcast personalities of the past and present, plus whether they are still living. The site has been used by many university professors across the state of Texas and across the country to get a hands-on informational source of the history of North Texas broadcasting. Mike used this idea and translated it into a radio show that first aired on the Biz Radio Network on his flagship station, KMNY 1360 AM, which used to be the frequency of the legendary Fort Worth station, KXOL. The show is called the Hi-Fi Club, which is a tribute to the original Hi-Fi Club that was sponsored by Coca-Cola and heard on KXOL. It was first hosted by an announcer named George Carlin, who later on became a very famous comedian and one of the first Texas Radio Hall of Fame inductees. The show is an oldies show, but it's not an oldies show. 1 week, the spotlight on a musical artist's history, the next week, the state of radio and radio's past, or it could be a discussion on trivia. The show is heard on the internet on YesterdayRadioUSA.com plus KLDE-FM San Angelo, Texas, and many other affiliates in Iowa and Kansas, as well as in North Texas. Mike also delivered traffic information on radio station WBAP 820 and Dallas TV station WFAA Channel 8. Mike also took over the quarterly meeting of the Dallas-Fort Worth Radio and Media Lunch Gang from the late Larry Shannon, and it's called the DFW Radio and Media Lunch Bunch. It's an informal gathering of folks who have worked in radio in the Dallas-Fort Worth market and current broadcasters. It averages between 30 to 40 people per gathering. Ever since 14 years ago at the KFJC reunion that was hosted by Larry Shannon, Mike has been a volunteer helping out since its beginnings. He has helped out by taking tickets, greeting folks with seating accommodations, program guides, and venues, and it was through these efforts that allowed him to be currently on the board of directors of the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Today, Mike is still constantly updating the DFW Retroplex website and working for the Texas Department of Transportation cameras for the Dallas County Highway and Road System. Mike also has been nominated several times to be inducted into the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Mike is a very humble person who doesn't have that big of an ego like most of us broadcasters have. Plus, he is a very likable person. It's well past time to show our appreciation for Mike Shannon's efforts in Dallas-Fort Worth broadcasting and the Texas Radio Hall of Fame by voting him in as a 2014 inductee into the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Please vote for Mike Shannon this year.